So yeah, I've been here before, I know that, but sometimes it's good to revisit places where you've been already, because now I'm here also in a different mindset. I think I've recorded episodes for the maybe How to Be Creative series. So you can sometimes sit down with yourself and just look at, okay, what happened since then? Like, what happened since I did that? Because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we think we're still in the same place while we're not. Because we forget to look at all the things that happen in between. So you think, now I'm back here making videos in the same place that I used, before, and I'm kind of wearing similar clothes. And then you look at what changed on the inside. Like, what changed on the inside? And what did I really do? So if you can say now you're actually really in the same place, well, maybe then you know that some things need to change, or maybe that you should put in a bit more work. But then, of course, you also have to ask the question and find an answer to it. Why are you still in the same place? Maybe you were struggling emotionally. Maybe you were struggling with all kinds of things. Maybe you were going through a depression. And, it was all you could do not to kill yourself. And so, of course, then sitting here and recording another video is actually an improvement. And it's finding the courage again to continue doing that. And maybe it's you haven't gone running for a while. And now, today you go running again, you think, well, what's the point, I'm in the same place. Yeah, but you got there again, right? So it's a struggle to get back to these places where you do again what you love and what you like. And sometimes it's good to revisit old places to see that you've changed. It's like going back to the city where you studied. You go there and you think, holy shit, like, that for me feels completely unfamiliar now. I have the feeling, I'm not that person anymore. And that, of course, also is when you have been in a relationship and then you meet again several months later. You're not the same person anymore. So to assume that the other person is the same person is kind of stupid, isn't it? Because probably that person changed too. So it's like you actually never met. It's like you actually never met. And I think in a relationship you have to treat your partner like you actually don't know them at all. Every day you give them a chance to be somebody else. Instead of saying, oh, you're always like this, is what we do with children. And then parents keep treating their children like that child all their life, instead of realizing it's not that child anymore. That person changed. They're different now. And that's why leaving your parents' place is important. Or at least emotionally leaving it, right? You can prepare yourself for leaving it. And then work towards actually doing that. Actually, these you can eat, all of them. But make sure it's not somewhere where there's a lot of animals peeing. Because, this might be a spot. But I actually don't think so, because it's a bit off the trail. Not many people will come here. And that's also what brings me to the topic why I'm here. I first wanted to record a video in the city. There's like a flight of stairs, and they sprayed graffiti on it. I thought it would look nice, but there's too many people walking through. Like, if you want to be creative and record videos, I don't want to be concerned with all kinds of people listening to what I'm saying. Already now there's people walking and they sometimes look at what I'm doing, or, oh, who's talking? So I have to learn to ignore this. And also when I walked here, I realized I was so focused on getting here and doing this that if I would have met somebody, I know I probably would have I said nothing. I would have probably said nothing. I would have indicated, that I recognized them, and then I would have kept walking. But my focus was actually, I didn't look at anybody because my focus was on getting here. Because that's all I can do today to get here. I didn't eat yet. I had 2 coffee. And my focus was to get here because that's what I prepared myself to do. And often going into cities is like a minefield. All kinds of people, suddenly you dress nicely, you attract attention. But then keep your focus on your goal. If your focus is on being independent, creating your own business, if that's where your focus lies right now, then don't let yourself be distracted by women. As nice as it is to cuddle and stuff, that's where your focus will go then. First, create a living for yourself. Don't run after women. They will make you chase them. And they will give you nothing in the end. And then they will test you. Like, fuck off. You don't know if I'm your man? Okay, I'm gonna prove it to you. And if you still want me, then, then make an effort. And then come to me. And then come to me. That's how you should do it. Just trust me on this one. Women are really nice and soft. And it's really nice to have sex. But it's gonna drain you because you have nothing to stand on. Right? So I realized the life I want to live with a family, being a father, and having a wife, but also having the time to spend with them. I need to create something first. So I kept going. I kept producing videos, I kept writing books, I kept recording episodes for my podcast. Then I made sure this is all working. Despite the numbers not showing yet. So you just keep going anyway. You just plan ahead. You just act like, it's already working. For yourself, you're already famous. You're already earning lots of money so that you can invest it in things. Not just to have money and feel like, oh, I'm rich now. No, but to actually have a purpose. What do you want to do with that money? Buy houses so that you can, adopt children from all over the world. That's what the Love Our Children Foundation is supposed to do. Like, buy houses and properties and then put families with children there that can live freely, and you provide the money that they don't have to concern themselves with earning money at all. But for that I have to have a plan and a focus. So if I'm just going to run after women because I'm afraid to be alone, then I'm not going to create very much. So the focus has to be, how am I doing? How am I getting along? Where do I want to be? And then imagining what's the best scenario for my life that I can envision. And then you start asking yourself, what do I have to do in order to make that a reality? And then your feeling will tell you, create 170 videos, and they're all going to be named in the consecutive order, speaking truth. So you just do that. You just say, okay, I don't know why. I'm just doing it. Shouldn't they be named different? And then you say, no, I don't have energy for that. I don't have, I cannot think of all these kind of different titles so that people would watch my videos. No, they should watch my videos because they realize I have something to say, because I'm the living proof of what I'm trying to tell people. Because I actually did it. I always try to say to people, I can do it. But I never did. So they were doubting me, of course. And then I said, fuck it. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm just going to prove to you that I can do it. And then you just go ahead and you just do it. And that's what I did. The last couple of months, I just produced. I went to Amsterdam. I came back here. It felt like shit. I thought, shit, now I'm here again. And then I realized, no, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a reason because I wasn't ready. I tried to do things in Amsterdam that I wasn't prepared for because nobody knows who I am. So, of course, people first have to know who I am. And for that, I have to spread the word. So I'm spreading the word. But not by advertising, I'm just showing that I'm doing it, so I'm doing it. And then in the end, people will come to you and they will say, oh shit, now you've really shown it to us. Now we know who you are, right? If you are who you say you are, then people will, then you don't even have to tell them anymore. they will know themselves. They will say, oh, you're that guy. You say, yeah, that's me. Because I worked for it, that people recognize me. And that's what I want, because I need to raise an awareness for these things. And for that, I have to have people acknowledge me. And for that, you have to show it. It's like Naruto, right? You have to fight for it. You have to struggle. Everybody will hate you, and you're gonna do it anyway. Because you say, I know what my worth is. So you're proving to the world and to yourself your own worth. Because, you know, for all it matters, just prove to yourself that you can actually do it. Because otherwise you're just gonna say you can do it, but how do you know if you've never tried? So, I think that's just about it. Sometimes it's really confusing for people to see me talking here, because nobody ever does that. Nobody ever does that. At least not here. This is why I like also being here. When I was in Amsterdam, there was like thousands of people like me, all trying to find their space in such a big city, you know. Everybody's different, everybody wants to be different. But in cities like this here, because if everybody wants to be different, everybody's kind of the same also. And then you don't stick out anymore. Here I really stick out. And that's why it's also good to have people like me to stay in small villages and cities. Because, you know, you need these people here to create change. Nobody needs change in big cities, you know, everybody's there, living the high life. But to be loyal to the place where you were born, that's quite a different story. To have people acknowledge you there, that's hard. I mean, try to work yourself out of people's preoccupations on the supernatural. You will realize it's really hard.